Hello friends, my name is Kapil and today in this training session we are going to see what is the negative response code and how it is handled in UDS. So if we are embedded automotive engineer and if you are working on UDS services, then this will help you to understand it better and implement as well. Okay, so let's begin with what exactly is the negative response code. NRC generally we term as like in short like negative response code, and so this will be sent whenever let's say there is a request from a tester and um, which is probably like either not implemented or there could be something problem with that and in that response for that response we will send a negative response code. We have many negative response code. However, I will skip two negative response code, which generally we will not face that NRC, but we will try to cover that in our upcoming video. Okay, so let's begin with. So you can see that as the title says that, and there will be a request. I think in the my previous video you already have seen the request format and the response format. So if you can see over here, so now let's say in the title itself you can see the this is the PCI byte, protocol interface byte, and where we are sending the length as an 8, and this is the service ID. Okay, so service ID, and this is the DID, data identifier. So this I am sending as a request, and for the negative response code, because there is a problem with the request now over here. The problem is that if we see about the length indication, like for the single request frame that is 08, but here if you see that the byte is 1 2 and 3, there are 3 bytes we are sending. The request should have the 3 as in length, however it is set as an 8. So that is the problem in the request. So for this we need to have negative response code, and the to send the NRC we need to have a specified format for the negative response we need to follow. So always negative response code start with 7F, so which will say that it is negative response. Okay, so and then next byte will be coming will be the service ID. So let's say for this the service ID is 22. So here also we will place that 22, which is the service ID, and the next byte will be the actual NRC code. So in this case, as we have a invalid message length, so we will put 13 as an NRC. So we will be always sending this 3 bytes whenever we have a negative response code and we want to send negative response code. So we need to remember that a first byte will be always 7F, which will indicate the negative response which we are sending. Second one is required for which service we are sending the negative response code, because there could be a previous request for the couple of other services as well. Then we will indicate that for this service, this request, we are sending the negative response code. So that's why the second byte indicates the service ID, and the third byte, which will be the exact code, that is that we have a different codes for the different NRC, which will specify the different reasons for the negative response. Okay, so let's move to the our first thing. So I would just like to tell over here the some points which I want to like cover here is that sub function. Okay, so if you are already aware, then this could be the repetition for you, but I will just tell. So let's say we have any request and we have a sub function also. So total around 2 raised to 7 sub function is possible, because the first bit we will be reserving for the suppressed positive response. Okay, so let's say if our first bit is set, then which will indicate we are suppressing the positive response and only negative response being sent, and in case of positive response there will not be a response being sent. Okay, so this will basically reduce the bus load. Okay, and which will be very much required in case we have multiple request at multiple like at a frequent at very high frequency. Okay, basically. So let's say so total combination first bit out of 8 first bit will reserve we will be reserving for the suppressed positive response, and the or the other 7 will be basically used for the sub function. So here let's say we have a request 0 2 3e and 80, so which will basically say that there is no need of sending the positive response. In case of negative response, it will be sent. Okay, so you can see there could be a difference is the first bit, whether it is 00 or 80. So we are first covering the NRC 11. So let's say if the service which we are executing, which is not supported. Okay, so in this case, if the service itself is not supported, then NRC 11 will be sent. Okay, the second one is the you can see that let's say you have a request 023E80. Okay, so in this case, only if it is a positive response will not be sent, only negative response if it is there, then it will be sent. Okay, so let's see this request, let's say 02 10 and 09. So we have a sub function as I mentioned. So 09 is the sub function in this case. Okay, and this is the bit 7 is the if it is 0, so that's why it is saying that it is no need to suppress the positive response as well. And but 09 sub function, let's say it is not supported, because generally we have a default session, programming session, extended session, and some other session, but 09 will not be there. So that's why sub function is not being supported, and we will have how we will get this NRC which will say that sub function not supported. Okay, so we will follow the same format like 7F, then 3E is the service ID, and 12 is the actual error code. So we need to follow the same sequence. Okay, so let's say now we have valid request 1001 is the request, and but we are setting the length as an invalid. So here also we will be facing the error code, which we can say that as an 13. Okay, so I will go to the response part. So okay, so it could be anything, let's say, because 4 is also invalid length, and let's say if it is more than what is supposed to be, and if it is 1, then also it is less than which it's supposed to be. So in both the case we will get NRC 13, so which will say that incorrect message length or invalid format. So invalid format is also there, let's say some of the bits which we have only hard coded option, let's say it is to be FF00, but if we are select that setting those bits or bytes as something different, which is not required, or which is not correct, then also we will get 13 as a response. Okay, let's move to the next point. So next point is, let's say 0 4, we have this request. Okay, so which is write data by identifier, and here we have 04 is the length, and 2 is the service data by ff00 data by identifier, and um, here is the data. Okay, so if we are sending this request, and let's say we are not allowed to write on a particular service ID for a particular DID, then we will get, or there could be other issue as well. There could be a problem where we need to first go to the extended session, and then only we need to execute that. So there are a couple of conditions which will be decided by the OEM, that if this condition is not correct, then we need to send this NRC. So it is NRC 22 is for reserved for that purpose, and if such condition are being true, then NRC 22 is being sent. Okay, so let's move to the next point where you have 03. So now let's see the next point. There could be a request where there could be a service where it is 36 service, and there is other service it is 27. So for those service we need to follow the certain sequence. Okay, so 27 is the security service where we 2701, and then only we need to send the 2702, that is for a seed and key request. Okay, so first we need to send for a seed and then only we can go for a key. So likewise, for a 36 also we need to have a 34, then 36, then 37. That sequence we need to follow. Okay, so in this case, if we are not following that sequence, then we will get the sequence error. Okay, and there could be a possibility as well. So you can see this. So in case of that sequence being not followed, then 7F 34, and basically we'll get the 30 whatever the service which we are requesting, and the sequence error code, so it is 24. Okay, and here also we'll get let's say service that is 27. Okay, so here depending on, let's say we are getting the 36 over here because we are sending 36 before 34 request. Okay, so that error code we will get in the response. However, there could be a possibility in case of multiple error. Let's say we have a error problem with the length as well, and there could be a problem with the sequence as well. So in this case we need to depending on like generally ISO also specify that the message length format has a higher priority than the this. So however, like we can see that in the according to the, there is a flow chart given in ISO 14229 for that, and we need to go through that and we can implement that priority as well. So which, if in case of multiple error occurrence, which one we should give the NRC, that is also being mentioned in the document. Okay, so that is clear. Apart from this, now we will go to the next point. Next one is the NRC 31. Okay, so for the 31 is the request out of range error. So for this, we can see I will just remove this actually. So this one is not correct. Okay, so I will just go back to this, and let's say if you have a request for a erase, which is probably could be the FF00. Okay, and there could be a again the address and the length. Okay, so if we are going to request for the erase, and there probably will use the 31. Okay, there could and there if the request is correct, but the we are the requesting the address which is not valid, which is outside the range. Okay, so in this case we probably need to send the directly the request out of range error. Okay, so in any there could be other cases as well where it is not in a specified range, it is outside that range. In such cases, this is one example for erase. There could be other example as well where a request is outside the range, then we need to send this error code. That could be any other way, like where the we are trying to set some voltage which is outside the range, or there could be any other options. So there we need to send this NRC 31. So in this case 31 is the service code, and this 31 is the request out of range. That's why, but both the meaning of both are different. Okay, this is for service and this is for NRC code. And next one is the negative response code 33, which is used for the sick, like whenever you are trying to, when the, let's say if the service is being protected with the security, and if you are trying to attempt it to do that, then you, let's say if you are trying to download on a particular block directly without security access, then you will get security access denial. So to avoid that error, you need to first use the 27 service security access, and once you unlock the ECU, then you can use this. Okay, so until you unlock the ECU, you will get this error, which is security access denial. So that is 7F 31 and 33. So there could be, here is a service ID. So whatever, there could be a 34 over here also. There could be other as well. So that is the reason you will get the this error. So this is the one of the most popular NRC. Let's say if you are requesting something, or there could be erase or download or anything. So most popular is being erase and download, where those requests will take much more time. Okay, so in this case, because let's say if it is taking 2 minutes or 3 minutes, so we will not get any response till that time. So that is we will not be able to understand what exactly is happening at the ECU side. So to avoid that problem, we have this negative response code pending. Okay, so response pending, so which will indicate that I am performing my operation and I am still occupied with that, and that will send NRC 78 is being sent because the operation is still not successful. So intermediately this NRC will be sent, and once operation is being completed, then final positive response will be sent. Okay, so this is the intermediate response which is required to be sent in case of if the action is taken but which is taking time. So this is definitely required. So we'll talk about the P2 and P2 star in my next video, because these NRC is being connected with the P2 and P2 star timing, but until like we will not catch this topic in this video. We'll make a separate point or video for that. So mm, yeah, so already we have seen the security access denial and pending also will get the same way. So instead of 33 we will get there. Okay, so the next one is negative response code for the 35, 36, 36 and 37. So this is basically we will get in case of security access denial. Okay, security access service not so whenever we are requesting security service, and let's say we are following the, let's say we did the 72701, we got the seed value, and then we are following 2702 with the key. So now let's say if we are trying with the invalid key, let's say 0012 or 13, whenever anything. Okay, so if we're trying with the invalid key, then we will get this NRC 35. Okay, just like our mobile where we will trying to unlock our mobile with some invalid pattern or invalid code. So in this case basically it will, whenever we are trying to attempt with a wrong pattern or no, wrong pin, then we will get this NRC. So basically ECU will send this NRC 35, which directly indicate invalid key. So next one is the exit number of attempts. So if you are continue to do that with invalid key first time, second time, third time, okay, so if you, there will be always configuration set where we will have the maximum number of time which is being set. Okay, it could be a 3 or 5, anything. So if we set as in 3, and if you're attempting it uh, above that, okay, then when it will give this error 36. So once we will attempt the more than the configured times, then 36 will be sent, and there will be a timer which will be start. So just like our mobile where it will not allow you to perform uh, and again to attempt within any pattern or any pin, similar way we also have the timer which will be start after 36. And then if you are trying to attempt during that time, then it will send NRC 37. So it will say the required delay not expired, so it is not yet completed. That's why it will send that NRC 37. So all this NRC is basically linked with the service 27. So next is the NRC 72 and 73. So this is linked with the download request whenever you are trying to attempt to perform a 34, 36, 37 request. And let's say if you are not able to perform the things which is let's say probably the erase or a program, and which is you have some issue with that, then we will be sending the NRC 72, which is central programming failure. Okay, and let's say if you have a issue with sequence 3601, 3603, directly if you send, you missed the sequence 3601, then 3602, then directly if you send 3606. So if you do that way, then we have the error which will say that you are doing something wrong, wrong block sequence error counter, which will be sent as in part of NRC. The next one is the mm, NRC 7E, which says the sub function not supported in active session. So it is in the session which you are trying, it is not supported. That's why it will send the 7E. 7F is service not supported in an active session. So if service itself is not supported, then this will be sent. Okay, so at the end, like there are two other errors which I have not covered, that is 14 and 21. As we have this long video, I would not like to cover that in this video. Probably if I will create a separate video for that, and we will cover that in that video. But yeah, so I hope you got the point which I was trying to make you understand. And if you have any question, you can just write a comment. I will try to answer that to you. Okay, that's all for this video. If you would like to have a specific question on this topic, you can do that. I will try to make a video on that, so which will make you clear. Thanks for watching this video, and if you like this video, you can subscribe to my channel. You can hit the bell icon, yeah, to get the all notification. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye bye.